to one of the best tacos I've ever had. So freaking good. I'm gonna say number 2 for me. I'm gonna say it. I said it.
We've been back in Austin for a few weeks now, and the original plan was to do some larger Texas adventures, but due to the big rise in COVID cases across the state, especially near the areas we were planning on visiting, we are sticking in Austin for the foreseeable future.
And we're excited to show you more of our hometown, safely, of course. And so when we were trying to figure out what we wanted to do with our time here, we figured we haven't had tacos in a while. Well, except for yesterday, I guess.
Don't tell them.
So we figured the best thing to do to kick off our time is a taco tour.
We read tons of blogs, online reviews, and used our past experience to pick 4 of the best taco spots in Austin to share with you guys today. And our goal was to pick 4 different types of tacos, and we're starting with breakfast tacos.
Breakfast tacos are a staple here in Austin, and they are a really big deal pretty much all across Texas. You can find them just about anywhere, and you don't really realize how big of a deal it is until you leave Texas and you can't find them anywhere, and you're sad and you're crying and you're just wishing for home. But a breakfast taco is a taco with your usual breakfast items in there. So egg, different kinds of meat. Sometimes they throw potatoes, salsa, refried beans, cheese. The options really are endless.
We came to a spot called Veracruz All Natural, which is very, very popular here in Austin, but it's popular for a reason. It's actually the only taco spot we're going to today that we've been to before. And we're here to try one of their tacos, which the Food Network said was one of the 5 best tacos in America, the Migas taco.
Delivering the goods.
I got the goods.
So the proper name for migas is huevos revueltos con migas. So that's scrambled eggs with crumbs, and the crumbs are little bits of tortilla strips. And so what I ordered was the migas originales, the original migas. All right, so you got your flour tortilla, you've got tortilla, oh no, avocado on top there. Here's some tortilla, tortilla chips in there, eggs, tomato, cilantro. I'm demolishing my taco here. Looks delicious. Tons of cheese, you can see, tomato. Yeah, buddy. I'm not sure which of these is the hotter one. I think the green one's actually the hotter one. So I'm gonna start with that one first. Let's get a little bit of pavo over here. Happiness incoming.
Oh, they just said your name. Maybe we have more tacos coming.
So much good flavor in there. The tortilla is locally made, nice and fresh. You get the crunch of the tortilla chips in there. That's what really makes the migas, because they mix it in with the egg. So you get the soft of the egg and the cheese and the avocado, but then you get that crunch with the tortilla chip. Just an awesome texture and flavor combo that's just delightful.
So I can't really have like traditional breakfast tacos because I can't have eggs. So I made my own little version here with beans and cheese and bacon and avocado and potato. It's one thing I like about breakfast tacos is they're super customizable, so you can make it however you want, and places around town will sometimes have like pre-made combinations or build your own, and it's just always fun to try different stuff. I'm gonna try this green salsa first though.
Careful now, I'm pretty sure that green one's the hot one.
This thing is loaded. That's another thing we love about tacos in Austin. They tend to load them up. Yeah, that green one definitely has a kick. It looks so like sweet and creamy, and like it wouldn't be really spicy, but it's spicy. Oh, but these beans are just so refried and creamy and delicious, and the cheese, oh my gosh, this is incredible. I love this place. This place is probably like always on every list of like the best tacos in Austin, specifically for the migas, but all their tacos that we've ever had here are really, really good.
The taco tour rolls on to stop number 2.
Taco stop number 2 is Vaquero Taquero, and we came here specifically to get their al pastor tacos, which is probably my favorite kind of taco ever, and they cook it my favorite way ever, which is with a trompo. So trompo is basically, I think some people call it a spit. You stack up the meat and it makes like this huge just tower of meat, and then it spins around and cooks, and then they shave it off and they put it in the taco. It is so incredible. When we went to Mexico City, that's how all the places there make their pastor. It's so good. And if y'all want to see more taco videos, go check out our Mexico City videos because we had the best tacos ever there. But this place is supposed to be really good too.
So technically these are quesadillas, but they're a little different than what you might think of when you think of quesadilla. Quesadilla is normally like tortilla with a bunch of cheese, maybe some other fillings, just folded over. These are tacos, but then they add cheese on the bottom and just melt it and brown it, and looks so good. And then yeah, they throw in all the, let me open this up, hold on. Then they throw in all the topping, the pastor meat, you know, you get your pineapple with it, cilantro, onion, there's some other kind of sauce in there, all on delicious cheese, melted on delicious tortilla. This thing is hefty. There's a lot going on in here. This is so delicious. The tortilla is spot on. The melted cheese in there is awesome. The beautiful flavor from the pastor meat, all the seasonings on there. And then of course, when you get a pastor taco, you got little pineapples on there. It just kind of brightens it up. A little acidity, a little bit of sweetness. The salsa is so good. Oh man, this is so hearty and delicious. And
I'm gonna squeeze some lime. Oh, onto myself. This thing is loaded. Everything's bigger in Texas, y'all, and the tacos are no exception. They load these suckers up here, which is good because these aren't definitely like the cheap, like dollar tacos you can get in Mexico or in some other places. That is the bomb. This tortilla is, oh, it's like with the cheese melted on it. It's just delicious, and the meat is perfectly seasoned. That's my favorite part of al pastor tacos is the meat. It just has this awesome seasoning on it. So good. And the pineapple, as Adam said, it just like kind of brightens it up a bit. It gives it like, I don't know, like just a pop of like kind of like a citrusy-ish flavor. It's so good. Like the combination of all these flavors. Oh, my favorite kind of taco in the entire world. Then this is done really, really, really well. It's probably one of the best al pastor tacos I've had in the US, along with Tacos Chuquis, Tacos El Gordo. Gotta give them a shout out, but this is incredible. It's so good. We are halfway done with our taco tour, and our next spot doesn't open up for a little bit, so we came down to Town Lake, which is basically just the Colorado River that runs right in front of downtown Austin, and there's a hike and bike trail you can walk around with amazing views of the city. So we're gonna work up a bit more of an appetite so we can finish this tour off strong.
All right, it's time for more tacos.
Taco stop number 3 is Las Truncas, and this place is very traditional. So unlike some of the taco places in Austin that are more Tex-Mex or kind of fusion tacos, this place is simple. It's just meat, cilantro, and onions. They also have a wider variety of, I guess, cuts of meat, you could say. So instead of just having like carnitas and stuff like that, they have buche, which is beef stomach. They have tripe, which is intestines. They have lengua, which is tongue. We've tried lengua before on like one of our first ever vlogs. We didn't really love it. The texture was not really our favorite. So we're sticking to something a little bit safer this time.
So we got cabeza tacos, which cabeza is Spanish for head, and in this case it's beef cheek, which I think we've had before at my favorite place to eat in the entire world, Valentina's Barbecue here in Austin, which we vlogged before, so we'll link that vlog below if you want to go check that out. But they do Sunday barbacoa that they make with beef cheek, and it's delicious, so I think we're gonna like this. I already smell the cilantro and onions. Oh yeah.
So right off the bat, you can tell that the meat is so incredibly tender. It looks like it's just falling apart. It looks pretty juicy as well. There's some good juices in here. We added salsa too. I think this is going to be delicious. All right. Oh no.
Explosion.
I said it was juicy. Wow, that has so much flavor. For being such a simple taco, it is loaded with flavor. It kind of has the, I guess, like the texture of like when you make a pot roast in a crock pot and then you break it all up and it's just tons of like little pieces of beef with some nice juice and stew and stuff. Oh man, it is so good. Also, these are the cheapest tacos of the day at $2.50 each, so that means you can eat more if you come here.
So even just the visuals of this is taking me back to Mexico City, our time in Mexico City. And man, because all the fancy tacos here in Austin are awesome. We love Torchy's, all that kind of good stuff, and the places we went to before, but just keeping it down home, simple like this, it's tough to beat.
You let the meat speak for itself, basically.
Yeah, that's super tender. I like the pot roast comparison. You might not think of that, but just the way the texture of it and it's kind of fall apart like that, very tender. It's just good. It's just so good.
It's so hard to come up with different adjectives to describe these tacos because they're all just so incredible, delicious, good, juicy, tender, flavorful, amazing. So we're sorry.
I can see why this place is a huge hit. Tacos are affordable, they're delicious, and it's open till midnight, so super late. It's in East Austin. There's lots of little, all the bars and everything are over here, so before COVID and all that, people would hang out here. I'm sure it's a hot spot, you know, up until midnight and later, so I can see why it's a big deal. Last but not least on our taco tour, we came to a place called La Tunita 512, which is probably the place we were most excited to go to today because they are home to a dish called Birria tacos. Birria is a classic Mexican dish from Jalisco. It's marinated and stewed goat meat, and it can be served two ways, as a soup or tacos.
Look at these bad boys. Oh my Lanta. These look crazy cheesy. So as we mentioned, the traditional way to make birria is with goat meat, but a lot of places use beef because it's more popular, and La Tunita 512 is using brisket because we are in Texas after all. So we got 4 of the queso tacos. So they have just a regular taco, which is just the birria meat and onion and cilantro, or you can get queso tacos, which obviously has cheese added. So if you looked at this right now, you would think this is maybe a tortilla, but you'd be wrong. This is cheese. Oh my gosh. And it's like dripping with juices. So from what we've gathered, they griddle the cheese, and then maybe they griddle like the meat and all the other stuff some on the side, and then they combine it, and then they wrap it up in a tortilla, which has consomme, I think that's how you say it, on it. So that's kind of what gives it like the orange color. And what consomme is basically the soup that goes with the birria. So I guess the soup that it's stewing in, and you can get it with or without the meat in it. We got it with the meat, and so we're going to be dipping the tacos into the consomme.
So normally they have some tables out there you can sit at, but you know, in times like these you can't. Ooh, wow, that looks so good. So we're having to eat this in the van. It's a little difficult. Not the perfect setup for like a soup and a dipping a taco in here. Oh my goodness.
We do have a table normally, but it's in bed mode, and we were feeling lazy, so.
Oh, think this is how you do it? Oh, buddy. Wow, that is super rich. It's so cheesy. There's so much meat in there. The consomme is it looks oily and just so good. And yeah, there's lots of good flavor in there, all kinds of spices and chilies, but yeah, this is a ton of cheese, ton of flavor. Man. So yeah, and so messy. I'm so happy with this decision. This is going up my taco flavor charts.
Oh, that's like really oily.
Mm-hmm.
When I dip, nice you dip, we dip. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh.
True love. There you go.
I do not know how to describe this except that it's so crazy cheesy. It is absolute heaven how cheesy it is. And then the meat is nice and shredded and mixed with the gooiness of the cheese. It's just, yeah. I love this. Oh my gosh. But yeah, you're gonna need like 17 napkins and probably like a bib because I probably am gonna spill some of this on me, but wow.
I was fully ready to say this was the best taco of the day, and it by far is, but I'm ready to elevate it to one of the best tacos I've ever had. So freaking good. I'm gonna say number 2 for me. I'm gonna say it. I said it. It's ridiculous.
Every individual component of this taco is delicious, but when you put it all together, it just takes it to the next level. It's instead of just having a plain tortilla, it's, you know, coated in some of the consomme, the cheese just being kind of crispy, but also really creamy, the meat being super tender, just everything together, and then dipping it in here. It just takes it from being a really good taco to an excellent taco. We can't stop talking about how much we love this taco. It's so good.
Yeah, everything all together is great, but like you said, they do something special to each individual ingredient to take that ingredient to the next level, and then they combine all those levels to the next level, and it's just
And then we've reached the top level! Yeah. Game over! There are tons of amazing taco shops here in Austin that we did not get to try today, including a few that have been super high on our list for a while, but unfortunately they're still temporarily closed, so we may have to do another taco tour in the future. Darn it!
So if you're from Austin or you've been here before and you have some favorite taco spots, let us know below because we would love to give those a shot. But for now, we are stuffed. Can't fit any more in. We are done. We're tapping out on this taco tour. And so the next time you see us, we'll be going on a holiday adventure.
I feel like I'm exhausted.
That's quite the activity of taco eating right there.
Taco eating is very tiring. Yeah. I need a nap for like 3 days, maybe like don't eat for a while. There's some sort of holiday paddleboarding going on here. There's Santa on a paddleboard, and there's someone dressed up as a Christmas tree, like literally wearing a Christmas tree costume, paddleboarding.